Hey everybody! As most of you know, none of us are at school right now. All of us are staying at home and socially distancing. We're on week 6, in fact, of no school. We have been out and away from our students as teachers for 6 weeks now. After talking with a lot of my teacher friends, it can be really difficult to stay positive. So in light of that, I have decided to focus on the good. And in this video, and in the next video, I'll be going over 10 of my most memorable and my favorite moments of being a teacher. This is Caleb, and you're watching The Future Millionaire Teacher. This is going to be the first of 2 videos where I talk about my 10 most favorite moments of being a band director. So far in my career, I've been teaching for 7 years, and I've taught at 4 different schools, 2 middle schools and 2 high schools. Each of the schools that I've taught at is represented on my list, and there's a mixture of competitive, non-competitive, cultural, and familial memories that I think really have made my brief 7 years super unique. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And now, my top 10 most memorable and my favorite moments of being a band director. Number 10, winning the Spirit Stick at a Jacksboro Middle School pep rally. My first year of teaching, I taught in a small town called Jacksboro. It's a rural town, and the band program had under 100 kids in it. Our principal said that she wanted to increase school spirit and that she wanted the band to play at all of the middle school pep rallies. There were 10 middle school pep rallies for every single football game. And at every single game, they had a contest for the most spirited group, and they won the Spirit Stick, and it was a big deal. The 8th graders always won it, and we made a decision as a 7th grade band that we really wanted to win the Spirit Stick. So we did everything we could. We decorated the band hall, we brought food to the teacher's lounge, we all dressed in purple, we had ridiculous costumes, and at the very last pep rally, the Spirit Stick was finally given to the band, the first time they had ever won the Spirit Stick. I know that it's really silly, but it was really fun to see the entire band come together, show some school spirit. So number 10 is winning the Spirit Stick my first year of teaching at Jacksboro Middle School. Number 9, being a part of the very first sweepstakes that Woodland Acres Middle School ever received. After grad school, I made a big change and moved down to Houston to work with some friends that I had gone to school with at North Texas. I was teaching in a Title I urban school district at a middle school that had never had success before. In fact, none of the bands at that school had ever gotten sweepstakes at UIL. It was a big undertaking, and I was able to work with one of my good friends, Jamie. Now, her and I had gone to undergrad together, and she describes our friendship as the brother and sister that always argue. For both of us, it was our first year there. She is the head director and myself as the assistant. The end of the year culminated with her taking her group to UIL, and they got sweepstakes for the first time in school history. There are few greater joys than going outside to see your band and to hold the UIL sweepstakes trophy up as they are literally crying because they've never experienced success before. So number 9 is being a part of the very first Woodland Acres Middle School sweepstakes. Number 8, receiving a game ball from the football coach at one of the high school pep rallies at Burleson High School. This year I made a really big change and I moved back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to become a band director at my alma mater, Burleson High School. One of the things that the football coach had mentioned and that we made a goal as a band staff to work on was our school spirit and how we contributed to the culture of the school, making sure that we were super supportive of athletics and in turn hoping that they would be super supportive of what we did. To say that we got a little school spirited is probably an understatement. There were multiple games where the referees told us that we were playing too loud. There were multiple games where the band caused opponents to have a false start, and it all culminated in a game where the football coaches got so angry that they were actually recording the band in hopes that we would break some rule. The next week, the head football coach called some of the band directors down, and we received a game ball in appreciation for our school spirit and support of the football team. Being that I actually went to Burleson High School, I know that there was a pretty big gap in the support between football and band. And for me to be a part of that and to see the growth and the friendship develop between those 2 programs culminating in a game ball was really, really exciting and one of my favorite moments of the entire year. Number 7, winning the last contest of the season in the 2018 marching season at Galena Park High School. After 1 year working at Woodland Acres Middle School in the Houston area, I moved up to the high school, Galena Park High School, to work with another college friend, Casey. That program was also going through a bit of a rebuild. By that point, it was our 3rd year being down in the Galena Park School District, and the high school band had basically doubled in size. After a long marching season, and after surviving Hurricane Harvey the year before, our band program was poised to make a big jump ahead. We had outperformed what we had expected at a previous contest that season, and we were super shocked when we won first place at the last contest of the season. In fact, the whole day itself was perfect. Seeing the kids celebrating on the field and hugging and running around and crying and taking pictures with the banners is a memory that I will always have and is one of my favorite memories that I've ever had as a teacher. Number 6, being able to attend the Woodland Acres Middle School's 70th anniversary celebration. One of the really special things about working in Galena Park is just how close-knit and how familial the entire district is. Woodland Acres is one of the feeder middle schools to Galena Park High School, and when I was there, they were celebrating the school's 70th year of being in existence. At the end of the year, they had a large celebration with some of the original students from the original Woodland Acres Junior High. What was really interesting is that there were even some members of the band there. In fact, we got to meet the original drum major for the Woodland Acres Junior High band. The band program itself was fresh off its first ever UIL Sweepstakes, and we were asked to perform at the event. At the end of the year, I knew that I would be moving to the high school, and that this was essentially one of my last events with the program. Seeing the alumni from across all the decades give the Woodland Acres band a standing ovation after their most successful year in program history, and meeting the original drum major was one of the most moving moments that I have experienced as a teacher. In the next video, we will go over numbers 5 through 1, moments that have impacted my life in ways that I never thought imaginable. Again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.